Hello. Oh no, the captions have betrayed me. How could this be?
In Gravity Falls, the character called Mabel Pines, and she always forgets to count to 3
Aw.
when she's counting. So you
Yeah.
immediately brought that memory up.
Well, listen, I was just cosplaying with my I was doing a brain cosplay.
Brain cosplay, yeah.
The full cast. Look
That's
at
just
all
kidding.
of us. Just kidding. All of us here together. Look at us. Look how beautiful we are. Oh, it's such a sight to see. Welcome. If you can hear my voice right now, you have made it to episode 11, the penultimate episode of season 1 of Higher Education, a 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons game set in the Strixhaven universe with a wholly original story. Before we jump into the details of the show, let's introduce our players for today. Connie, you wanna start us off?
It's me, Connie. Hi, everyone. I'm Connie, pronouns they, he, and she. You can find me across the internet at by Connie Chong. That's BYCONNIECHANG. I play Mystagogue Stags Graves here, everyone's favorite Goliath barbarian who's just a total shibo, head empty, muscles in the space of where her brain should be, muscles in the space of where her heart should be too. She's, they're totally well adjusted. They totally don't have a crush on the secret assassin nun of our party. Totally not at all. And they definitely don't care about music and secretly just want to play music no matter what their dad's trying to make them do. Definitely not. And yeah, I'll pass things over to whoever is supposed to go next. Vanna, you tell me.
Liv.
Hi, everybody. It's me, the goddess of technical difficulties.
You're not in the captions. You're muted.
I'm no fucking... I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to get...
You did say goddess of technical difficulties.
You
so
were wrong.
you invoked
That was
it.
hilarious.
All right, from the top, Liv.
This time with feeling.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Liv. I'm on the edge of a breakdown. I use she, they pronouns, and I'm very happy to be here with my friends. That's it.
No, who are you playing, baby?
Oh, yeah, I guess. I'm gonna pretend not to be myself today. I'm gonna be playing Cirro Lily Twill, who also is on the edge of a breakdown. We're just really method here.
Oh my god, that's so true. Drac, what's up?
Hi, I'm Drac and I'm delighting in Liv's sorrow. You can find me on Twitter at Draconics. It's DRAKONIQES. I use he, they pronouns, and today we'll be playing Beauregard. He's a she, he, they pronouns. They are Gorgon Inventor. Also completely stable, and I just punched the desk, so maybe not that stable. And just fine, honestly. There's nothing wrong with them in any way, shape, or form. I think they're just having a pretty good day with their friends out in Paradox Gardens. I know you said city. And their construct star who follows them around everywhere. Yeah, I'm gonna throw it over. I'm looking at Humna. Humna's next.
Yes, that is correct. Hello, everybody. My name is Humna. I use any and all pronouns. And today I will be playing Jaysha, who uses they, Ray pronouns. And Jaysha is our Earth Genasi sorcerer, blood hunter. I don't really know what to say about Rem. Ray's scared and having a very normal one. And with that, I will pass it over to C.
What could possibly be scaring you? Hi, everyone. My name is C. I use they, them pronouns, and I play Ecstasy, who also uses they, them pronouns. Ecstasy is a poetry student. Vanna?
What the fuck?
Right.
Not the dead eye into the camera. Jesus. Really quick, can you raise your hand if you've ever... Can you raise your hand if you've ever taken a note during this game? Okay.
I can't listen and write at the same time.
I can't play and take
cannot
notes.
do it.
I don't take notes
can't
during
do it.
games ever.
For listeners, without the visual, only Connie and C raise their hands.
I want to just say right here at the top that I can only do so much, and I have to take the notes for a different game, and I can only do it so much,
Listen,
so
I'm
much
just-
at a time.
I am like mentally incapable of note taking and
too.
playing at the same time. Like
It-
actually, I can only do one or the other. So
Yeah,
unless
it
you want me to be a
fucks me up in school.
spectator taking notes, like I can't.
I'm
It really
I'm
fucked me
just
up in school.
saying that maybe after the like 12th time that you've missaid Paradox Gardens, maybe someone just needs to write it down. You know what I
I
mean?
think that's
That's
just
not
more,
fair because C, one of our resident
C
note takers,
planted
is
it.
one of the worst
Literally the
culprits
note taker, yeah.
of saying it incorrectly.
What did I do to you?
What did I do to you? I'm just saying this is. I'm just saying taking notes doesn't help with that.
Y'all also
I just think that we all owe, no, actually not all of us. I didn't, because I know that it's Paradox Gardens. You all should apologize to Connie, because Connie fucking made a song for us.
I did. I improvised a song on the
true.
spot.
That is true.
yeah. Let's all say sorry. Well, I'm not going to, but because I've also been wronged in this situation. But everybody else should apologize to Connie.
I'm sorry, Connie.
I'm sorry, Connie.
See, you're muted.
I don't know. I just work
Oh.
here, so
You say it. Say it now. Say it now.
I'll take you all down with me. I'm not afraid.
Where are we going to Paradise City? Is that where you'll take us?
That's right, we are.
Really not stressing out, not Paradise City. We're definitely not going there.
Yeah, you're going on the highway to hell 100%.
Oh my god. Yeah. And just so everybody knows, if you haven't picked it up yet, we're in our toxic era today. So we all love each other very much, but there's just a lot of toxicity, and we're juggling it back and forth like it's a broken thermometer amount of mercury.
Oh my god, that's so specific.
But that's who we got today. I'm Vanna. I'm going to be your producer and GM today. And let me tell you, higher education this season is presented by Penny Dragon Games, which you can check out by doing !PDG in the chat at any point in time. It's also in the old title of the stream if you want to reference. I'm sorry I talked like that. But you can check them out at their website, pennydragon.games. And you can also keep an eye out for Kickstarters that they've been dropping recently for $1 one-shots. You literally contribute $1 to the Kickstarter and you get a full module, a character, and a bunch of other cool stuff. So make sure you keep an eye out for that on their socials and on their website and on the Kickstarter webby site. The other thing I want to talk to you about is our other sponsors. You can do ! sponsors in the chat at any point in time to see who they are. They're all fantastic. They're all amazing. They're all contributing some just beautiful things to enrich your home game or stream game, or just sort of your lonely, if I could, I would tabletop RPG fantasies, in your own mind. They're all going to help you with that. So please go check them all out. Drop them a follow. Check out their websites and pick yourself up some delectable tabletop RPG goodness. You will not regret it. Also, if you want to support us specifically, you can do !goal in the chat. Mocho has already contributed $30 to our daily goal. Thank you so much, Mocho. You can do !goal in the chat. And if you contribute to that pally.gg link, oh, frick. Oh, no. Hold on. No one do it yet. I forgot to add. Live and Humna back. No, nobody.
Oh no! Don't give money.
Nobody do it. Hold on. Oh, God. Oh my,
You're all good. You're doing amazing. You're doing so well.
oh my God.
You're doing great. You're the smartest person.
All right.
You're beautiful.
I'm
You're doing
so pretty. I'm so pretty.
Why did you say it like that?
just the belabored whisper.
Hold on, it's thinking. All right, okay, it's good now. All right, okay. I'm like lightheaded. Why did I breathe so much?
Take a moment. Just take a moment.
But yeah, please use the pally.gg/tip/higher ed link. Oh my God. And contribute financial monies to that. And if you do, it will be split evenly between all of us now. And if we hit the goal at the bottom of the screen, we have a $100 goal every episode, then it will unlock some bonus content for y'all down the line. So support us, get some content for yourself, and do away with that annoying money that's in your bank account.
Let's rid you of your burdens, okay?
So bothersome.
We're here for you.
You know, mo money, mo problems, as they say.
The wise one once said, yeah.
Redistribute the wealth, bestie. Come on now.
Oh my God. Anyway, also check out
The anthropological research.
Oh my God. In 50 years. Also check out !HECW to check out the content warnings for our show. This list is not exhaustive, but it is a good reflection of what we've experienced so far. So higher education may contain themes of fantasy violence, complex and complicated relationships, romance and flirting, nudity now, references to sex. Oh wait, Hamna and Liv don't know that everyone got naked.
Yeah, I mean, I think
I know. I did my reading.
Okay.
Yeah, Drac gave me a little rundown summary of what happened.
Perfect. References to sex, possession, death of family, family/loved ones, trauma and grief, derealization, psychological abuse, bullying, and mentions of terrorism. Please take care of yourself and step away if you need to. The other thing you need to check out is our cast has already introduced themselves, but please specifically go follow them on their Twitter accounts because they're working on a lot of other amazing projects and new stuff is popping up all the time. And they also are just funny and cool and have a lot of good shit to say that you're going to want to have your little eyeball on, your little teeny tiny mouse eyeball that I know you have somewhere on your sternum. The other thing, what else? Wiki, if you want to catch up on written recaps, you can check out our adventure log on our Obsidian portal page. Those are being written by C, so if you enjoy them, then give C 2 snaps right now. And you can check out our podcast at !HE. I think we're up to episode 7 on the podcast, but eventually, of course, they will all be up there. And you can support the cast off stream at our Ko-Fi, which is ko-fi.com/highered. And what else? Yeah, follow our Twitter. And if you end up tweeting about the show or posting about the show on social media, we encourage you to use the hashtag #HigherEdRPG so that we can find it and see what you like, so we can feel good about ourselves and cater to your expectations.
You want fan service? That's how you get fan service.
That's right.
That's how the.
No. Finish the thought. No. Finish the thought. See, come on.
No, say it.
I mean, that's why we were in the bathhouse last time. Come on. I mean,
is that right?
It's fan service.
It was fan service,
it was just an entire fan service episode.
I think it was really self-serving, actually, but
and we are fans.
Well, I am a fan.
Yeah.
I don't see how those are mutually exclusive.
Okay, you're right.
I'm a fan.
Right.
I'm a fan.
I'm a fan. And then also I've written here Beetle Dick the Butler.
That's Stag's butler, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's Stag's butler.
And then
spell on my screen.
Why did you name the Beetle Dick?
It's like Beetlejuice, but with a dick.
So am I not allowed to say their name 3 times?
Please don't, it will summon them. All right, that's my spiel. Anything else from my beautiful cast that I've skipped over we need to add? No? Great. Then we're gonna kick this baby. We're gonna kick this baby off. I'm parting the veil, y'all, okay? A humongous glass dome curves overhead. glistening from the day's light dripping through the panes and the ethereal glow exuding from the life within. A singular ancient tree shoots up through the center, impossible to ignore, and wildly breaches the crown of the dome with its powerful branches and righteous roughage. The foliage that fills the interior of the greenhouse is dense, diverse, wild, and unkempt, a preservation of a natural biome rather than a cultivation of organized wares. The air within smells richly of moist earth, vibrant, exotic flora. A vast assortment of items, presumably for sale, are perched haphazardly throughout the space, leaning in the natural grooves of the trees, perched precariously on the edges of rocks, along the footpath, and even bobbing along in the water in small bottles. Wherever you are in the dome, the sound of trickling water follows you like a comforting hand on your shoulder. Cirro, you have been waiting here for a minute. When we come upon them, how do we find them?
I think Cirro first got there and was sitting patiently, and then kind of perused the I want to say garden. I guess it kind of is. It's a greenhouse, but you know what I mean. And then sat some more, and I think now you're at the point where Cirro is doing that thing with that. At least I do, where it's like, well, I should just go. Like I've been here for too long. I should just go. They're not coming. Like, it's fine. I'm just gonna leave, and then we'll walk towards the exit, then turn back around and be like, no, I should wait. And is just doing that internal battle. So kind of just pacing back and forth of, should I go or should I stay?
Yeah, and I think in one of those moments where you have once more decided that you are going to depart, you start walking towards the door and almost walk head first into Jaysha, who has just entered the greenhouse. Jaysha, you have just run into your best friend, who you haven't spoken to in a good amount of time, and last you did speak, things left on sort of bad terms. So what is your reaction, just like physically bowling into them, basically, as you enter the greenhouse?
Question, is Cirro flying or are they walking?
I'm gonna
Like,
say
I like, where are we? Okay, cool.
yeah, a solid 4 foot just slams into you because I think they're walking.
I think Jaysha doesn't actually like notice at first that Cirro was there because they're just like on the ground, like walking. And so at first they kind of just bump into something, and they don't even really think too hard about it because their mind is currently occupied with, one, the list of things that they need to get, not only for themselves, but also for Baru. And two, with the conversation that Ray just had with Baru about X and how we all need to talk about that. And so I think Jaysha's like a little bit mentally preoccupied, so they don't even like notice at first, and they just kind of go, oh, sorry. And then their eyes kind of go down to see who it is that they bumped into. And Cirro, I wasn't expecting to see you here.
Well, I was waiting because I wanted to speak to you.
I've been, no, I've been meaning to talk to you too. We invited you out and you didn't say anything, so I wasn't.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a good idea for me to spend time with everyone after what happened. I didn't think I was welcome, so, and even if I was, I felt I didn't feel comfortable.
What did happen? You've been avoiding all of us, myself included, for weeks now. Before you left, you I didn't.
No, I know. I said some terrible things. I know. I said incredibly hurtful things, and I just couldn't look at any of you all, especially you. I have my own things to worry about, as does everybody. I'm not going to sit here and say that Stag or you don't have things that are weighing on you and things that you're struggling with. I just didn't handle my issues in a good way. I took them out on you and I took them out on everybody else, and that's not right of me, and I am having a really hard time. Like, I'm having a hard time of dealing with it, and I feel so ashamed of what I did, and I can't see a world where any of you want to spend time with me, so I just thought it was best for me to stay away.
I won't lie. It hurt what you said. I had figured that our friendship, we'd been friends for at least a few years now, and I thought that was stronger than, well, I don't really even know what's going on, but whatever it was, and so I won't lie, it did hurt. But Cirro, we are friends, best friends, I thought, and we can work through whatever it is. And I think Jisha like steps a little bit closer to Cirro, and kind of like reaches out to put like a hand on Cirro's shoulder, if they will allow it. Whatever it is that you're going through, you know that you don't have to go through it alone, right?
No. No, I don't know that, but I guess I should have, and you're right, I should have told you when my patron, when everything happened. I should have told you, because I know that you're my friend, and I know that you would have been there to support me, but I was just so scared. I don't understand how any of you are living your lives right now, because I wake up every day fucking terrified.
Living, I don't know about that. It's all of us are terrified, I think, in our own ways, and coping in our own ways, and not to add stuff to everything, but I think we all need to talk about X, because I'm scared. I'm scared that something is wrong with them.
What happened? What happened?
We should all talk together, but I think that X might be in danger somehow. But the point being that I think we're all scared, Cirro. And it doesn't do us any good to be scared separately, I don't think. So I don't know. If you're willing, I could maybe take you back to everyone else. You could talk.
And you don't think they're gonna like... Stag is just so big and so tall and very strong, and I feel like if they came at me full force, I don't think I could do anything about that. So
No,
are we sure?
No, trust me, Stag has her own stuff going on right now. I mean, there's like the ball that is coming up, which apparently, did you know that we need 5 outfits for that, by the way? Like, I don't understand. There's just a lot.
Only 5? It's only 5.
What do you mean only? I don't have that many. It's okay. I will need your help with that, by the way. But no, don't worry about Stag. I think they will understand. I think they'll understand. And if not, well, I guess I could step in between. I think they Stag thinks I like them. Like them. So that maybe could be. I don't know. I really don't. Cirro, you've been gone.
Speaking of, have you talked to Aurora? Because I've been doing a lot of work for you. Okay, because I am your best friend.
I haven't had time, and unfortunately now there are, I don't know if you've heard yet, but there's rumors going around that all of us are in some sort of like polycule that has orgies in Baru's workshop now, and I don't know if that's helping or hurting with the Aurora thing. Point being, Cirro, I've missed you, and we're kind of spiraling without you.
Well, first of all, none of you are my type, but
hurtful.
But I do think Cirro like cracks a smile. And if Ray will allow it, they will take their best friend's hand and squeeze it and reply, "I miss you too."
Okay. Yeah. I have had to try and fill your role in the group, and I can't do it. I can't do it, Cirro. I really can't. So I would really like. Can you just take over again, please?
What is my role? What is my?
I don't know.
Role?
You're put together. You know things. You're smart.
I think we're all smart here, but okay, you know what? It's fine. Just take me there, and I will figure it out.
Yeah. I just need to grab a few things from here first, and then we can head out.
I think in that moment you're done talking, but you're still holding hands, and maybe you exchange like a look of content or something like that. There's just the quietest single person applause that is happening like from the shrubbery. And you look over and you see this ethereal being that sort of reminds you of a dryad, but a little different. They have this sort of fan of leaves that is growing out of their forehead, and these dark, like pitch black, glistening eyes, and then otherwise a normal human, or not normal, but a humanoid face and body, but their skin is green and sort of textured and cracked in places as if it's made from the accumulation of vines and leaves and things like that. And then it looks as if they're wearing a skirt, but it's actually like growing out of their body, just like these huge, like pointed palm leaves almost. And then roots with small yellow flowers growing out of their shoulder in like a almost an ornate pauldron, but it is a part of their body. And then sort of almost moss-like red hair coming down from their head, and they have just dainty little green hands, and they're just clapping and smiling at the two of you. They have boobs too, yeah.
That is an important, yes, that is an important
They have
detail.
boobs. They have
Thank
boobs.
God.
Boobs. It's like a body paint situation, like when a cosplayer does like a body paint of poison ivy. That's kind of the vibe. What do y'all do?
I think Cirro like just instantly, in almost like a very protective way, because this is coming out of nowhere, gets their face falls into that like mean, let's be real, mean girl attitude. As they just like look at this Dryad and just, can we help you? Or
Oh, I was simply witnessing a beautiful moment here in my greenhouse. So tender.
instantly, Cirro feels very awkward. It's your greenhouse. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Are we intruding or?
Why are you sorry? I'm always happy to have visitors.
Well, thank you for hosting us. And I look up at Jasha. You said that there was things you needed. Is it okay if we look through and gather those things?
Of course, look around. I have some materials that are already preserved aside, and she gestures to like the just strange assortment and haphazardly placed items that are just like in the crooks of trees and like wedged in the bank and and things like that. Or if you're looking for something specific, I can certainly help you recover them.
That might be a little bit faster. Yes, thank you.
Are you in a hurry? You're welcome to take
Something
your time.
like that. As much as that would be wonderful, here you have a beautiful greenhouse. I do think that
You look up and
time-
around, and in that moment, she's closed the distance between you, and she is holding one green finger near your vitiligo. And then she stops and she goes, "May I?"
Yes.
And she starts very gently, like just, it's like, it's not a, it feels more like a leaf brushing your skin than a hand caressing you in any way. But she runs that finger along the crystallized vitiligo and the crags, glittering crags in your skin. And her eyes go wide. And you see that not only is like the center of her eye pitch black, but every part of her eye is just a black orb. But you see as they get wide and the glittering light from your vitiligo that's coming in, bouncing off from the top of the dome, just shoots back in her eyes and almost looks like stars. And she's just like cooing at it. And she's like, "This is so beautiful." And then she looks at you and she goes, "You're so beautiful."
Jasha does not know how to react to this because now there is.
I just want to. Cirro is looking up in between the two of these people, like, what the fuck is happening?
I think Jasha is taken aback and like surprised by this reaction, and Ray just kind of like blinks a couple times and like looks into this person's eyes. Thank you. What was your name again?
I hadn't said, but my name is Nekahwal.
Well, I'm Jasha, and this is Cirro.
Don't mind me. Do not mind me.
She turns around and looks at you, Cirro, and smiles, and then instantly gets distracted by your wings and sort of pivots over to you and then does the same thing and is like, stops themselves and is like, "May I?"
Cirro is kind of puffs up a little bit and their wings like flicker as they very like slowly turn so that she can finger my wings.
You didn't need to say it like yeah, and Nekahal again runs that sort of like, it's almost like an errant wind is just touching the edge of your wings up to the tip, and Nekahal goes, "Oh, they're so beautiful." Looks eyes still wide, looks straight at you in the face and goes, "You're so beautiful."
Thank you. I do think like
she's gone back to just like staring at your wings, and it's like you can see like the way the light plays through it is playing out in her, reflected in her eyes, and she's just enthralled by the existence of such a gorgeous thing.
I am learning so much about Cirro in this moment. I do think that they are living and loving this. So I do think like they very subtly kind of sway their wings. Like
she gasps. She gasps when you do that. Like a very quiet, just like, oh.
Yeah,
wow.
I was gonna say, Jaysha, you know what it's like when Cirro's standing and walking. Their wings don't do anything. There's no need for them to be doing this other than to be annoying. But yeah, no, they'll soak up this attention. They're fine with this. But I do think like Cirro is looking at Jaysha like, do we just
You definitely have the feel that you're gonna have to reroute this person because they're
distracted. Can I do like an insight check to see like, is this person just really into like pretty things, or is there like something
you can
about
do an insight
Cirro?
check? Yeah.
Like, I don't know, is there something about the wings that is particularly?
Well, it's almost identical to how she interacted with Jaysha as well. So, but yeah, please roll. You can roll insight with advantage.
Ooh, okay. Let me roll that again then. Nope, that was worse. 14.
Yeah, I mean, as far as you can tell, this person is being genuine. It's sort of like when someone you're talking to someone and they see like a butterfly fly by and they're like, "Oh my god." And
so it's not like there's something like magical or like particularly like, you know.
No.
Okay.
It's literally just like enthralled by the beauty of the things around them.
Well, I think seeing that if Jaysha can tell that Cirro is clearly like playing this up and like doesn't need to be doing this, then I think Jaysha is just gonna I will go and grab the things that I need and let you two talk. And Jaysha is just gonna leave and is gonna go look in the nooks of the trees and all of the like in the spaces in the banks, just looking for 4 particular items. I am looking for a clear calcite for a ritual for myself, which I recognize is not a plant, but I'm hoping that they have crystals and gems here
too. Yeah, I mean, this place is filled with plants and just anything like natural
cool.
that you could think of is definitely something you could find here.
And then for Baru, I need 3 flowers to help them make ink. So I need hyacinth, hibiscus, and lily of the valley. So those are the 4 items that I will be looking for while Cirro has fun.
Yeah, give me 3 survival checks.
Okay, I got a 7, a 16, and a nat 20.
Oh my god. Okay, well, I think you have that's confusing. I think you really struggle at first because this place is not laid out like a greenhouse you've been to before. Like usually, you know, there's like rows of plants and flowers and there's like an entire like arboretum area where you can eat, you know, like it's organized in some way. But this is just like wild chaos. So I think when you first start out, you have no luck, but then once you sort of start to connect with how the space functions, you're like, okay, what, using, you know, whatever knowledge you have of those plants, like what sort of biome or what sort of other flora and fauna would I find around these plants? And then you're able to sort of better direct yourself. And then when we get to the nat 20, that's when you kind of, it really clicks and you're like, okay, and this will be over here and this will be over here. But you are only able to find the plants. You cannot find the calcite. Cirro, you are left alone with Nekahua. What do you do?
I do think because Jaysha just left, which I would never do to Jaysha. I'm a proper wing person.
Look, Jaysha's new to this, okay? They don't fucking know how to help. They're like, well, I shouldn't be here. Bye.
No, I love it. I do think Cirro will try to get back on track. So you live here?
They start as if they did not know you were there. And then their eyes sort of relax a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to startle you.
Nothing to be sorry for. Yes, I stay here most days, most evenings. It's quite a beautiful place, isn't it?
It is. It's perfect. It's lovely.
Thank you. Can I help you find anything?
Well, I was just mainly waiting for my friend, and now they're on a search, but I mean, maybe you could no, I don't think I would know what Jaysha was looking for. So
Probably not.
no, probably not. But maybe when they come back, you could help us with whatever they need.
It would be my pleasure. Would you like to see some rocks?
Yes.
Yes. And
Cirro famously only likes plants, very into living
Yes.
things, not a rock person. But if this pretty giant wants to look at rocks, baby, let's do it.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so they very gently grasp your hand and pull you over to the edge of the small stream. That there's a waterfall, and that's that sort of constant trickling noise you can hear throughout the dome. And then it's this beautiful sparkling stream that rolls down, and it kind of seems like she just goes to a random spot on the bank and picks up a random rock. Like the implication was like, I'm going to show you my rock collection, right? But she just like went to a random spot and picked up a rock she saw, and turns it.
Is this what people feel like when they date me? Like, is this?
Do you want a truth or?
Dating a neurodivergent 101.
Secrets coming out.
Oh my gosh. But she does pick up a small stone and turns to you, and it's like almost blue in hue and like perfectly smooth. And then there's like this dark, jagged line through it. That kind of causes this crease. So it's almost shaped like a lima bean or something. And she holds it out in her palm, and holds it out to you expectantly.
In an attempt to salvage whatever the energy is here, I do think Cirro will like place one hand under hers, and then their other hand will go on top and like take the bean, take the rock.
Yes, Hamna.
You can say no if I am too busy searching for things, Vanna. But theoretically, can I say that Jaysha is half looking for things and half like paying attention to what's going on?
Oh yeah.
And when I see that Cirro is currently being shown a rock, and I know Cirro does not know anything about rocks, can I cast message and like tell Cirro like 2 sentences, like quick 2 facts about this rock from that they're currently holding from just like across the room?
I beg you, yes.
Okay, cool. Then I think Cirro, you hear in your head Jaysha's voice, and kind of just like whispering like 2 quick facts about this rock so that you can have something to say.
That's a real fucking friend. That's a real fucking friend. Thank you.
The 2 facts, if I can just make it up, because I don't know what rock this is. The 2 facts are that this is this is one of only 2 types of rocks on this entire plane that in their raw form look like they are tumbled. And the second fact is that legend has it, and this has never been confirmed, but there is mythology surrounding it that why not? We'll lean into dragons since dragons are important. That dragons in particular like to use these rocks as part of their bathing rituals. Sure.
It's a bath salt.
It's a dragon bath salt. Yeah.
You know, legend has it that these are like bath salts for dragons.
Oh no, I'm blushing. Sorry, go ahead. You essentially reiterate what Jasa has shared with you via message.
Let the record show I have way more game in real life. This is not. Wow. Anyway, you know, legend has it that dragons like to use this type of rock in their bathing rituals.
And once again, their eyes just go like super wide as they look down at the little blue lima bean. And they're like, oh, that's so fascinating. I've never seen a dragon take a bath before.
Neither have I. But you have something special in your hands.
Wow. Well, you took it from them, right? Or did you just look at it?
No. They are holding it.
Okay.
I'm holding their hand, and then with my other hand, I'm chasing over the rock.
This is a real that part in Jurassic Park where he like puts that drop of water on her hand, and is like, "You're Jeff Goldblum," is what I'm trying to say.
Yes, I'm a 4-foot genderqueer Jeff Goldblum.
Tom, I can't abide by the idea that that Jeff Goldblum isn't genderqueer. But I understand what you're saying. Amazing. And I think that transfixion again like kicks in, and it's like, you don't exist, the greenhouse doesn't exist. The only thing in the world that exists to Nekahwal is the blue bath time lima bean.
Okay. I'm going to use. Oh no! Please don't do this. Sorry, my phone is being picky. I'm going to use my Far Scribe ability. So one of my Eldritch invocations is that I can cast sending without using a spell slot or material components, basically so I can message Jasha back. I think the people in my book are Jasha, X, and Baru last I checked. Okay. Because I can have up to 3 names. But I'm gonna use that to message Jasha and just be like, you know, at first I thought this was cool. Now I have no idea what's going on.
So I think when you receive this, Jasha, you've probably found what the flowers you've seeked and have discovered at this point that you are not going to find the calcite. What did you say it was?
Clear calcite.
Clear calcite. So you are welcome to zoom over if you want.
Yeah, I think at that message, Jisha just kind of like quickly scoops up all of the materials in rare arms and walks over towards everyone else. I managed to get almost everything that I needed. Nekahwal, was it? Do you happen to have clear calcite here anywhere? Or do you know where I could get some?
They're stuck.
Oh, no. And I think Jisha just kind of like goes to Nekahwal's hand where this lima bean is placed, and Ray is just going to like, I think just like very slowly and carefully just like go to like pick it up.
When you pick it up, you feel a wild warmth spread through your body, starting at the tips of your fingers that are holding the rock. And then and then Nekohal slowly turns to look at you. Can I help you?
Yeah, I was wondering if you had clear calcite here.
And the sort of like florid ridges of her brow raise when you say that, and she goes, "Clear calcite? Interesting. No, I don't have any, but I know where you could get some."
Where is that?
There is said to be veins of it at the bottom of the slumbering lake, at the edge of town. But nobody dares to delve them.
Oh, why not?
Well, the slumbering lake is strangely placid. It does not move the surface. And it is said anybody who disturbs that stillness will be cursed.
Understandable why nobody goes down there. And I think Jaysha is like a little bit distracted by the warm feeling that has taken over her
Yeah,
body.
I think
rock.
it shot through and then it was gone.
Um,
But it shot through your body, like along your nervous system, and then dissipated.
is there anything that I can like tell just by holding this rock, like in terms of like its properties? Like, is it magical rock of some kind?
I'll just give it to you. It is not.
Okay. Thank you, Nekohal. Is it okay if I also take this with me?
Nekohal gets transfixed by the stone again, and then slowly reaches their hand out. And if you let them, they're trying to gently grab the wrist that is holding the rock. You let them?
Sure. Yeah.
And then just as slowly, all of you are still on the bank of this like small stream. And very slowly, she tugs your arm downwards until your hand is like a foot deep in the water of the stream. Describe to me the feeling of being inherently known for Jaysha.
Okay, getting deep.
Like in a way that only the people closest to you can see you.
For Jaysha, the feeling of being inherently known is like looking into a mirror and seeing yourself clearly with every single detail about yourself. For Jaysha, the feeling of being inherently known is like walking onto a field of grass barefoot and feeling the way that the grass nestles around the grooves of your feet like it was made for this. Like it's just been waiting for your foot this whole time, waiting to touch it, waiting to fit into the grooves between your toes. It is a soft feeling. It is a comforting feeling. And it feels right.
That is exactly what you feel when your hand is submerged in the stream. You're distracted for a moment by that feeling, and then you realize that Nekohal is not looking at the hand that she's placed in the stream, but she's looking directly into your face. with those big eyes of just darkness. And she goes, I don't think you will have a problem with the lake. As one who is connected with it. This stream, and she drags her gaze a little bit down the course of the stream, connects with it. And it also connects with you. Can you feel it?
And I think Jisha can. And if I may, just for flavor, I think the hand that is down in the water of the lake, I think you can see that like the crystal vitiligo that is on their body that connects to that arm is like glowing a little bit with this like faint bioluminescent sort of aura to it.
And I think it crawls up from your hand up to your shoulder. And Nekahua immediately gets distracted by that. And with awe, just as slowly as it crawls up your arm, her eyes follow that path. Cirro, how are you reacting to all of this?
First of all, realizing, damn, not gonna get this one. Definitely goes to I'm kidding.
Mm-hmm.
No, I do think Cirro is like trying to keep up with like what this essentially means, that Jaysha is connected to this cursed or this sacred like body of water and what that could potentially mean. Like that's a big revelation, and Cirro at least wants to pursue that and try to pick Jaysha's brain on that, but like clearly there is something meaningful happening here, and Cirro's not going to interrupt that. So but I do think like they're trying to track their own memory and history and try to put some of the pieces together as they're listening.
Yeah, and I think as that light runs up your arm, Jaysha, Nekahua quietly says, your body knows.
So it would seem. And I think Jaysha like looks up at Cirro at that. How do you feel about making a detour with everyone?
Whatever you need.
And Jaysha, you would know that you're like due to meet up with them at the tailor shop. But it could be something that you drag everyone to after the fact.
Mm-hmm. And I think Jaysha does. They sit in this lake with their arm, their hand, or their stream with their hand inside of it for a little bit longer, because this feeling is so. I don't think it's like anything that Ray has ever felt before. It's warm and comforting and all-encompassing in a way that they have not been able to access before. And I think it takes them back to that hallucination, that the weird trip that we all had, that nightmare trip that we all had, where that feeling of inside of them being this maze and this happiness inside of them that they know is there, that they can't access. And I think this feels like an answer to that puzzle. This feels like a solution to that maze, somebody guiding them to the center of it. And Ray doesn't want to stop feeling that. So I think Jaysha keeps their hand inside of the water for a little bit longer before finally removing it. And they look at Nekahal. They thank them for all of their help. And I think with the rock, the blue one, the lima bean, still in Rare hand, I think Ray gets up from this like crouching position and says, I don't really know what we're going to find when we go to the lake, but I think that it's important too. And they're kind of saying that to Cirro.
Then we go. If that's what you need to do, we do it.
I think so. And Jaysha will pay for the items that they are taking with them.
Yeah, I think
however
it's
much
just,
that is.
for the flower, I think it's probably just like 5 copper pieces.
Cool.
And as you're walking away, you see Neckelhall buries each of the copper pieces like it's a seed in the ground. And with that, we are going to cut to outside of the tailor shop. Our 3 bathhouse fam members, Stag and X and Barugash, you've just sort of rocked up. Is there anything you want to do on the way or upon arriving there?
I think I'm trying to convince Stag and X their idea is bad. I don't think teaching a rat how to play an instrument is going to work here.
What do you mean? Baru, what did we say about just critiquing the ideas we come up with without offering positive alternatives?
That's fair. That's fair. We could just tell the truth.
Do you not believe in Gratzen or something?
No, it's not that I don't believe in Gratzen.
Because he's really smart, okay? He's a lot smarter than anyone gives him credit for. He's a sensitive soul. He just hides it on the inside, okay? He might like nip at your hand because he thinks it's made of cheese because he can't differentiate between fingers and cheese. But that doesn't mean he doesn't have a good heart, Baru. He has a good heart. He's just misunderstood, and everyone just thinks that he's just some rat that bites people. But maybe he's more than that.
Kind of like you, Stack?
What? No, we're completely different.
If you say so.
I'm not saying that Gratzen isn't a wonderful rat. I'm sure he is. I just don't know if we can teach them to play an instrument in a week.
Yeah, well, telling the truth is not an option.
I don't really understand. I don't understand why.
Baru, you've only interacted with one of my dads. The one that's less intense, honestly. My other dad, my father, it's a no-go. If he knew, if he related what he thinks he heard in the bathhouse to coming out of my mouth, then that just can't happen, okay?
Okay.
Like how we just can't tell people that we killed Chorus. All right? Like, same level. Same level.
Not Stag just saying this in the middle of
She whispered it.
Oh God, can I get a stealth check?
Yes.
Baru's heart.
If you fuck us.
Also, not Stag being like killing someone and playing music are the same. Like,
to her it is. Really?
It is. Okay, I have a +1 to stealth. That's a 4.
In the campaign right now. Cut the cameras.
All right. Anyway.
Do we notice?
Why would you don't say that? We're in public, Stag.
Stag.
Whispered it. What?
It didn't happen. You cannot even insinuate that it happened.
Okay, fine. I'm sorry. I just got really heated, okay? We can't... The Gratzen plan is gonna work because it has to work.
Yeah, okay. We can go with the Gratzen plan.
So as y'all have been talking, you've been walking, and you do arrive at the storefront for Fragrance Fineries, the most notable tailor in town. in the city. Do you go in? What do you do?
Should we wait here for Jaisha to come back from the greenhouse so they know that we're in the shop?
Yeah, we did agree to go dress shopping together. Hold on.
Yeah.
And Stag is gonna like straighten up and see if she can see over the crowd of people to find Jaisha.
Give me a notice roll. That's not this game.
Perception?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a nat 20. Where was that when I needed
What?
it a single roll ago?
What a waste of a 20.
23.
I know. God.
Wasted it to see me. Come on.
I feel like you always do that. So you start peering over through the crowd, and you're kind of, I think y'all knew Jaisha was at the greenhouse, so you're kind of looking in that direction. And you not only see Jaisha walking towards you, but you see Cirro.
Ooh. With the nat
in
20,
stride. Yeah.
would I also notice if anyone is scurrying away from us, like looking at us terrified or suspiciously?
No, you rolled a
It's
4, Connie. No, you don't.
Well, the 4 was to stealth, was to hide, was to be stealthy. Please. Pretty please.
High or low?
Oh my god. You know what? I'm feeling hot. High.
You see a child running away from where you just walked.
There's a moment where we see Stag looking from Jaisha and Cirro. She's like raising her hand, like starting to wave them over, and then her eyes like drift across the crowd to the other side and see the child who's scurrying away, and her eyes go wide, and she like lowers her like arm that she's using to wave. I will be right back. I think that child heard me say child.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I'll figure it out when I get there. Go dress shopping first. I'll be right there.
Okay.
Okay.
Stag's gonna try to chase after this kid.
Okay. I guess give me a dexterity roll of some kind, and I'll roll against
Where
it.
are this kid's parents?
Just a dex roll?
What do you want to do? Pitch me something.
As Stag's running, what does this kid look like? Like what are they wearing? Do they have like a book bag with them or something? Like anything like that?
Hold on.
Oh no.
Black leather gloves, a black jacket, pants that are too small for them, and long red hair pulled back in clips.
Hey, excuse me. Wait, hold on. Are you a 3 Days Mace fan?
What is that?
It's, I'm assuming it's the in-universe version of 3 Days Grace, which is like an emo rock band.
That is just
Stag's
the
trying to
least
clock this
relevant
kid.
band you can reference.
What's it like? A chain link mail in park fan?
Oh my god, why are all your music references from the early 2000s?
Because this kid looks like they would like emo rock.
They just came out with an
There is more modern emo rock than this. But yeah.
I do need you to give me a dex check to see if you can catch up with them.
That's fine. Oh my god.
I mean, I think they hear you and look over their shoulder, but they don't stop.
Damn, that's a 9.
It's so funny because
Just
I rolled
dex,
a
right?
19. This kid is zooming. This kid is zooming. Also, they're small, so they're able to sort of like weave in and out underfoot of people.
I've got tickets to whatever. I've got tickets to this great rock festival, kid.
So creepy. No, they, as far as you could tell, have eluded you.
Ah, God damn it! Kids these days are so slippery.
Grabs you by the shoulder and goes, "Are you chasing that kid?
They.
What are you, some kind of creep?"
No. They won a raffle, concert raffle. Tickets.
Oh yeah.
Huh?
How do you enter?
Well, you have to put your name down and your sending stone address to me.
Okay.
You don't happen to know that kid, right? That's just some random kid to you, probably.
Where do I sign it?
Just give me your contact information and I'll put it into the sending stone.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah. Stag actually just reaches, like, pulls out a piece of parchment and a quill.
And this is like a male halfling that sort of grabbed you, I don't know, by the leg, I guess, maybe not the shoulder, maybe the leg. And he looks up to you very, very sternly from his 3'1" position, and he goes, "My name's Don Strongbones."
Okay, Don Strongbones. All right. What's a good sending stone address to reach you at if you win?
Strongbones at Yahili.
Okay, Strongbones at Yahili.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Will I know
well,
if
thanks
I
for
won?
entering. In a week.
A week?
Yeah, we'll let you know if you lose.
But you were gonna give that kid the tickets now.
Yeah, well, obviously they surrendered it. They were running away from winning this amazing festival ticket, I suppose. So we're gonna have to put the ticket back in and, like, you know, re-roll it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, don't you have to be over 18 to enter stuff like this anyway?
Well, not necessarily. With parental or guardian, like, sign-off, you could.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm over 18.
I assumed so, based on your demeanor and your voice.
Well, don't judge a book by its cover. I am 18 though. I mean,
good.
over 18. I'm
Good,
more than 18 years old.
Okay. I mean, the more you say it, the more I doubt it, actually, but you know what? This is ridiculous. I have somewhere I need to be. Good day, sir.
Okay, I look forward to hearing from you when I win. What are the tickets for again?
Stag is moving away. She's like... She's returning to the dress store.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so by the time you get back, I think Jasha and Cirro are just walking up to the group as well. So y'all have all sort of reconvened. Any sort of reactions to Cirro's presence?
I think I see Jasha first, and I kind of wave at Jasha. I think seeing the pouch of, like, the ingredients that he got from the shop as well, kind of have a smile on the face. And I don't think Stag told us that they saw Jasha and Cirro. So I think I was thinking Jasha, they probably see, like, a very familiar flutter of wings and turn to see Cirro, and their face kind of drops. They look a little bit scared, I think, and they just kind of step a bit closer to star their construct.
X is looking at Cirro with that same kind of blank expression. And then something about it kind of softens as they turn their head, and you can see, Jasha, you can see that there's a little bell on one of the horns on X's, like the rings on their horns. But as they turn their head, you notice that the bell itself, they move their head in such a way that the bell doesn't move and it doesn't ring when they turn their head. So it's still completely silent. And they put on this, like, perfect mask of a smile and civility. And as you come up, X says, "Cirro, good to see you. It looks like we'll have some help with our fashion choices after all."
Can I do an insight check to see how they really feel?
Up to see. Yeah.
Go forth.
Okay.
But how do you really feel?
Sorry, I muted because I knew that was going to be the loudest thing in the goddamn world. I rolled a 9. Insight.
That's so funny because I rolled a 7 deception. So I rolled a 2 on the dice. So
yeah, I got a 10. So.
Well, what does X really mean?
X is watching you, like they are curious to know why you're back, but they are glad to see you. It seems like they would prefer to be able to see you and watch you close than have to worry about where you are far away. And they seem genuinely relieved that you are here.
All right. That's
all right.
Touching, but also touching, but also a little concerning.
Classic X.
Yeah, so I think Cirro falling into step, somebody who is very good at playing to formalities, would kind of like flick their head back and nod and just, well, I know that. What was it, Jason? You said only 5 outfits. Not nearly enough to tell a full story, but I think with the right choices and the right looks, we're all going to be able to just shine. I know it's actually not 5.
Okay, I was like, quick about it. We did decide you don't need 5 outfits, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, we did.
Cool. Sorry.
No, I know.
Continue.
Barry's gonna be
I
like,
live the player now.
I think like at this point, maybe stepping even further behind Star, they kind of peek out and go, I don't think we actually need the 5 outfits. I think that's honestly mostly Stag, since it's their born. I think they might have that handled.
Oh, thank God. There was no way that I was going to be able to find 5 outfits.
You might not be able to find 5 outfits, but I could definitely find 5 outfits. It's fine. I'll rework the vision. But yes, if you all need help, I'm here.
Stag, what is your reaction to Cirro being there?
Stag at this point has finally returned. She is like slinks back looking kind of embarrassed to have been outwitted by a child and to have some random halflings contact information now in her journal. Hey, Jaisha? Cirro. Hi. Welcome back.
Thank you.
How was the swamp? I assume you were at the swamp.
I was working on some research, yes. Good. Same as always. I'm not gonna go into it because Stag, I know you don't care about my research, but thank you.
No, I care. I care about people's stuff.
You care about me. I don't think you care about the bacterium that are growing in my bog.
You should probably go to a doctor if that's what's happening. But I do. But I
think Cirro like genuinely laughs. And it's good to be back, and it's good to talk to you again, Stack.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's good to have you back, Cirro. You know, the group wasn't really the same without you. A lot of stuff happened without you that probably could have been prevented if you were there.
Yeah, okay, so can somebody clue me in? Am I the parent of the group? Is that what I am being told? Am I supposed to clean up after your messes?
No.
No. I would say you're more like the voice of reason. Is that accurate, Jaisha?
I think so.
Yeah, because Jaisha's really smart, but not very...
Go on, Stag!
Finish the sentence, Connie.
Say some shit! Do it!
You know, like, sometimes I think, Jaisha, you can get kind of, like, caught up in pursuing a specific answer or a course of action. And you know me, I just sort of do stuff.
You think I'm smart?
Well, yeah. You're like one of the smartest people I know. You and Maru. X, I assume you're really smart. You still remain an enigma.
What?
That bell, why is it not working? Did you but not buy a proper one? And I think Jisha goes to like pull to ring the bell like manually. Does it
When
work?
you do it, it works. Yeah. It rings when you pull it.
What is wrong with this bell?
I think I don't know how to use it right. I'm still learning to play it.
Yeah, when they walk, it just like doesn't make a noise.
Well, that's the thing that X is really good at, I guess. Being a mystery.
Yeah, we're all good at something. X is good at being a mystery. Jasha's good at book and rock stuff. Baru's also good at book stuff, but like smithing stuff. Cirro, you're really good at like social maneuvering and knowing when we should and shouldn't do things. And I'm good at hidden stuff. So I guess we all fill in each other's holes.
Another thing, we need to stop saying things like that because apparently there's a rumor that we are a polycule. And while I do...
When you mentioned this, Bari like fully hides behind Star and like presses her face against the back of Star. The face is burning up.
And
X nods very quickly and goes,
I think Cirro puts their hands on their hips and just like looks directly up at Stag, just so small. And while I find that very flattering, Mr. Gall, you are just not my type. I do have to tell you straight up. So if we could just quell those rumors, because there is somebody in my thesis group that I've been trying to talk to, and it just...
Wow.
It's getting in the way of my prerogatives.
Got it. But Cirro, the polycule rumor does kind of have to continue if we want to keep, Lucio in the dark. But hey, whoever you're interested in,
thinks we've had an orgy in my workshop.
Our professor thinks that we have orgies on the regular.
In my workshop.
Yes, that's what we told her.
I didn't want to.
That's what Stag told her, and then we all had to. Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
A bell chimes.
X looks really excited.
Baru and Baru only.
A bell chimes. It is not yours, X.
X looks kind of excited at the bell chiming and goes, I think I did it.
And the door you've been loitering outside of and talking about illicit activities swings open. And a femme tabaxi stands in the doorway looking a little like trying to seem warm and welcoming, but also a little aggravated. And looks you up and down, and she's dressed in a hodgepodge of like layers, and you can tell she has like a petite form underneath, but it just sort of all builds on top of each other to make her a bit larger than she actually is. And she has these round glasses and just super soft, short red fur. And she just coughs and then goes, "Can I help you?"
Yes, you can. May we enter?
She nods and steps outside to hold the door open for all of you.
As we pass, I like motion to one of the layers that they're wearing and just chiffon, nice, and just like walk in, trying desperately to leave a good impression.
Right. She does smile at that, and then follows you all inside. As you enter, this is called Fragrance Fineries, so you can assume that's fragrant. And it's a perfectly organized salon. It has a complete matching set of like plush rose pink sofa, chair, footstool, all the works. The wood accent on those bits of furniture perfectly match the stain on like the side table and things like that, and they're all very aesthetically arranged. There is an enchanted, you could probably tell if anyone picking up on arcane stuff, an enchanted golden ornate mirror in the corner. that is staring back at you, or from the entrance as you enter. And there's also this just like gigantic grand loom that is sort of the centerpiece of the space, that seems to be self-knitting this gorgeous, intricate swath of fabric. And you can see the shuttle passing back and forth through it in just like this mesmerizing synchronicity that's also kind of giving off this like ASMR white noise of wood smoothly sliding against wood and fabric. And yeah, so that's what you see when you walk in, and we'll see what kind of outfits y'all try on after the break. All right, during the break, y'all take care of yourselves. Get some water, take your meds, eat some food if you need to, stretch your bodies, look away from the monitor for a little bit. And don't forget to check out our cast's Twitter pages while you have some time, and consider contributing to our goal. If unlocked, we'll unlock some bonus content. And we'll be back in 10 minutes. See you soon. Bye. So y'all find yourself inside of Fragrant's Fineries. Fragrant has let you in, and they have sort of moved off to the side to allow you room to explore the space a little bit more. What do you do?
I think
I know this?
Jaysha. Oh, go.
Do I know this Tabaxi woman? Have I like shopped here before?
You told me, have you? Probably, right?
Probably. At the very least, have like come here to pick stuff up that have been ordered.
Yeah, I think you.
in that
I think you
case-
probably know her. Yeah.
Yeah.
At the
Stag
very
was just
least,
sort of
she
like,
knows your dad's and knows of you.
Yes. At the
think-
very least.
I think she'll know of Bar as well, because I think Bar's already had their dress like tailored and everything.
Okay.
So they probably came here to get like size and everything.
Stag is gonna turn to this shopkeep and go, "Fragrance, right?
Fragrant.
Fragrant. Hello. I don't think I've properly introduced myself to you before. Hi, I'm Stag.
Well, it's nice to re-meet you, Stag.
Yes.
And
Yes,
holds out her hand.
Yeah, she shakes their paw very enthusiastically with a big cheery grin. I believe I have some orders in the back I just need to try on before we check out.
Yes. Remind me of the last name.
Zoa Graves.
And her eyebrows raise at that, and she bows her head a little bit before disappearing into the back room.
This place is awesome. Everything's customizable, bespoke, tailored, you name it. Like, look at this wall. It's just a wall of fabric. Different kinds of fabric. Isn't this amazing?
Yeah, it's honestly quite overwhelming. There was a lot to choose from.
I've never been shopping for clothes. How do you start?
Oh, let me show you. Almost as if forgetting everything else, like Cirro's face lights up, and they will take oh my god, X by both hands, walk over to the fabrics and just, okay, so yes, obviously you have a reddish tone, but we need to figure out, are you like a warm winter? Are you a dark autumn? And then we'll go from there. And like just fully goes into like stylist mode.
I think X looks kind of alarmed, and they like glance over their shoulder at the rest of the party like several times as Cirro is leading them away. And then something warm breaks over their face, like as Cirro kind of keeps going. Like you can't really tell if it's a mirror of a smile or if it's like a real expression that comes over their face as they like start nodding and offering like tiny bits of like, oh, I like gold, you know, like just like little bits as like you're asking and leading them around the shop.
Gold. So Autumn's perfect. And like just starts fully pulling stuff off, holding it up, keeping some stuff, putting back others, just truly in it.
So anyone who has been here before is aware that the golden ornate mirror in the corner infamously is enchanted so that if you go in front of it and hold up a piece of clothing in front of you, then your reflection shows what it would look like on your body and fully tailored. You can still try stuff on if you want, but that is an option. I'm done talking.
Stag, what are you wearing?
Oh, I've got some, you know, my 5 outfits in the back that I think Fragrant is grabbing, but I'm excited for the, you know, the main piece. It's a really nice suit.
Listen, I won't take your thunder, but like color story?
Color story? Oh,
Yeah.
What did my tailor say? Something about, you know, because it's my Ascension Ball, we start in the spring of my career, right?
Okay.
And then we go through like a year of it, and we end in like the height of my full bloom in summer. Something like that. I don't know. People usually just like measure me and give me really cool stuff to wear.
Greens, reds?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, those are colors that are, I think, yeah. Greens and reds.
Okay. Thank you. And Sarah just goes back to picking out clothes for X.
Oh, wait, Sarah, before you go back to picking stuff out for X, is there any way you could, like, just in terms of, like, being the style person and, like, nudging their choices, is there any way you could, like, I don't know, like, do you think X would look good? Or, I mean, do you think X would want to wear, like...
Something that would complement your outfit, which is why I'm asking you what you're wearing.
Wait, that's why you were... Cirro, that's really sweet of you. I just figured we should all be complimenting each other's outfits. As Zach says that, like, raising her voice kind of unnecessarily at the end. But, yes. If you don't mind.
Listen, I won't lie. I know I have some making up to do. And you have always been a better friend to me than maybe I have been to you. So.
Oh. I wouldn't... I don't see our friendship like that at all, Cirro.
That's what I mean.
Oh.
You're just a good friend to me.
Oh.
So let me do something good for you.
You know, whatever that bog thing was, I'm sorry it happened to you, but I'm also glad it did. Because it's yeah, you know what? Yeah, I appreciate that, Cirro. Yes, I will take your help. And I desperately need it. Because I know what looks good, but I don't know how to get there. You know what I mean? Like, I'm very used to saying yes or no when I'm presented with options, and I usually take the one that is better, but yeah.
All right. Yes, so I will try to steer X in a direction that complements your look, and yes.
That would be great.
Is X just standing here during this conversation? I'm so confused.
I want to believe that we moved, but also it's ecstasy, so like...
Very true. You tell me, C.
X is deeply entranced, and I think like maybe as they both pan over to look at X is like pulling a suit of pitch black like shadow armor off of the wall. Absolutely not correct for
I literally
the theme
had
of, like,
this prepared for you.
Fair enough.
I knew you were gonna do this. This is also from Siren's Magnificent Walking Place. As was a Nekahwala in the greenhouse, by the way. 204. Cloak of the Forgotten. You gain advantage in stealth and sleight of hand checks. After 1 week continuously wearing the cloak, you gain an additional +5 bonus to stealth and sleight of hand checks. After 2 weeks, +5 bonus to stealth and sleight of hand checks increase to 10+. At the start of the 3rd week, every long rest, make a charisma saving throw, DC 13. On a success, nothing happens. On a fail, you fade from existence.
A cloak of literal ghosting. No.
So when you the thing you're playing with, it looks like it was woven several hundred years ago during it looks like this. It was woven several hundred years ago during a 7-day eclipse. And those who dare to wear this cloak gradually fade away, eventually vanishing from history itself. This heavy cloak of dark fabric drips tendrils of misty shadow that dissipate upon hitting the ground.
I need you to know, Vanna, that if I wore this cloak, I would have a +20 to my stealth rolls.
Well, good thing there's no way you can afford it, so.
Who said I needed to afford it if it helps me disappear? X is looking at it and they're like pulling the fabric out, and their eyes, these like dark pitch voids, are like also starting to like reflect the misty darkness coming off the cloak. And I think they turn and make eye contact with Cirro and like raise up the fabric, like with a question on their face. Like,
absolute
is this
deadpan
good?
Stare back.
And somehow Fragrant has appeared behind you, Ecstasy. I'm sure you heard them coming, but Fragrant is behind you and goes, you know, if the people that wear that, you know, they eventually just disappear entirely.
Where do they go?
Fragrant just shrugs.
Well, they have to go somewhere. Does it eat them?
That's a great question. I mean, I don't think anyone's worn it long enough for it to actually happen, but it is rumored that is the effect. If worn for a prolonged period of time.
Then you're selling a cloak that eats people?
Again, I don't think it eats people. But, you know, if you wanted to fade out of existence, perhaps it'd be a nice cloak, or get close and then pull it back at the last minute.
The black also washes you out.
It's blue.
The blue also washes you out.
Oh. Well, can I have it for other reasons? To not wear at the ball? How much is this?
This is 2,760 gold pieces.
X nods thoughtfully, knowing full well that they have 0 gold pieces to their name. None gold pieces with left beef.
Yeah.
And they put the cloak back on the hanger and put it back up. Okay. A different color then, if you say so, Cirro.
And
yeah.
Sorry, really quick. Fragrant was, as she was talking to you, X, she had the pile of clothes for Stag in her arms and hands it over to you, Stag, and is like, if you'd like to, I keep forgetting what accent I'm using. If you'd like to try it on, you're more than welcome to.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to.
I put them in
actually,
order of
the color journey?
Right, the thing you just learned.
Yes.
I think she quizzically tilts her head at you and is like, did not think that you would know anything about something like that. And it's like,
yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so this must be the suit, like the one, right?
Like your final number?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the one on the bottom. Yeah.
Ooh, okay, I'm gonna put this one on first. I'll be right back, folks. Whatever you want. Also, if like it's like just you just put on my card, it's no big deal.
I will say we should probably set a spending limit. just you know, like a credit card max.
Ooh, Stag
per
would be
day.
aware if there was one.
Right, I'm
How
saying
much is
you
it?
tell
What's
me.
a per diem?
I don't know.
You tell
No,
me.
you tell me.
Okay,
I
'cause
I don't think you're gonna be able to put the cloak on the card. Is all I'll say.
Well,
I
the
think you said
D100.
what 2,000 gold. I think that's like 200 platinum or something. A little 20 platinum. I'm bad at math.
It's a lot of money. I don't think you can put the
Yeah.
cloak on the card. Like, I think there's
I
a
don't know how many
limit.
doll hairs that is.
So like a regular
For me to be able
set,
to-
a regular set of like fine clothes would be like between 15 and 30 gold pieces.
Whoa.
So
That's 2,000. Is that the equivalent of like $1 million?
I don't know. It's expensive. I
Okay,
don't
yeah,
know
okay.
exchange rates.
Then I think Stag's spending, maybe monthly spending limit on this account would be like maybe 700 gold, maybe 1,000, maybe
Okay.
1,000.
And you've already, how much was that fucking whistle? What else did you get there?
We got the whistle. We got the little, like a few gold pieces of the spa treatment
Yeah.
and the bell. So you tell me. I forget how much the whistle was. I didn't write
The
down
whistle's
price.
120 gold pieces.
Okay,
And then you
So-
spent some gold at the spa. And
let's say like 10, maybe.
what else did you get? Oh, and the rental equipment. That's probably a couple hundred gold.
Like 300.
Sure. So you probably
So
only
she has
have like.
570 left. If she has a 1,000 monthly limit.
Oh, you said. I thought you said 750.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
can
I
do
thought
that.
that's what you said. No, I don't care. But
I think like a nice even 1,000. Let's say a nice even 1,000 is what she gets every month.
All
So she
right.
has 570 left.
all right. Ridiculous. So Stag has popped in to try that on. Liv, what were you gonna do?
I was going to just like clock the color of the suit so I can start pulling pieces that complement it.
Yes.
Obviously, he is
Yeah.
going to tell us what X wears, but that is the narrative I'm leaving.
Mhm. Yes, yeah. Just don't give us the full outfit yet, Connie, but what is sort of the color palette of the final fit?
It's black, and red, and with a little bit of like silver jewelry.
Love
I
it.
have some image refs. I'm gonna
Perfect.
drop in chat very soon.
Perfect. All right. Jaisha and Baru, what's going on?
I think this whole time Bar's been kind of quiet, but once fragrance comes out from the back with Stag's clothing, they'll kind of raise their hand and go, "Excuse me, I came a couple of weeks ago to get fitted, and I think my dress should be ready today."
Oh, that's right. I remember you. I will grab it right away.
Thank you.
Disappears back to the back room again.
I think in contrast to the way that Cirro has been very decidedly going around, flitting around and finding, good things to show X to compare to X's complexion and whatnot. I think Jaisha, on the other hand, has been kind of like just aimlessly kind of floating around the store, picking up kind of like random things, being like, I guess maybe this thing, and kind of like going up to that mirror, to that ornate gold mirror, and like holding it up to see what it would look like on them. And they just keep doing that. And honestly, Ray is like not really sure what the correct vibe is. So I think the array of clothes that they have gathered range from like just range across so many different styles. There is nothing cohesive about them at all, as they're kind of like trying to figure out like what they're supposed to wear. And I think at a certain point, Ray just kind of like starts watching the other people and like what they're picking out as people get closer to like finalizing their outfits, to try and like take hints to be like, oh, okay, we're going in that direction.
Well, if I may proffer, while you're looking around for clothes, you also run into something that kind of draws your eye. And it looks just like a regular blue, a like dark blue, almost like denim-y satchel bag. But you get a feeling that it faintly sparkles, so you know it's like magical. And it has 2 compartments on the front, and embossed on the side of the like the main flap of it are the words "If found, return to," but the name following has long since faded into it's illegible now. Do you want to inspect it further?
Yeah.
Cool.
Why am I drawn to this bag?
Who can say? I'm sure it has nothing to do with me. Once again, Fragrant pops up out of nowhere and is like leaning over your shoulder as you're examining it. And she's like, "Oh, the bag of convenience has caught your eye."
Oh, what makes it so convenient?
She reaches inside and starts sort of pawing around inside it as she explains, this bag is a bit of a portal to an empty dimension, and it responds to the thoughts and the needs of the person using it. So when the user puts their hand and thinks of an object, the object will materialize in their hand and can be pulled out and used. And with that, she like pulls out a measuring tape that a seamstress would use.
That's quite interesting. What are the limitations of the objects that you can pull out of it?
It seems to be there's a bit of a spending limit involved. I haven't seen anyone pull anything worth more than 5 gold pieces out, and a size limit. It has to fit in your hand. And the item tends to function exactly as normal, but it's a bit gray. And you take another look at the measuring tape, and it just looks like a bit dull. Like there's a bit of like this gray tinge to it, and it kind of looks, I don't know, like it's only partially rendered or something.
Interesting. How much for this bag?
This is 430 gold pieces.
Ah. And I think, Jason, you know the thing that you do when you've been eyeing something at the store and you really like it, and then you check the price tag and you're like, oh, never mind. I think Jason just kind of does one of those where they just kind of go, right, this is beautiful. But I think an outfit. I think Jason just kind of like turns around and starts looking for clothes again.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Bari like just right when you're about to like leave that area, just go up to go, oh, by the way, I need to pay you back for the flowers, and just pulls out like 3 copper and gives it to you, like, here you go, thank you so much, I really appreciate it.
It's like not even enough money. That's hilarious.
Not even close.
Thank you.
I think Fragrance sees the exchange of money and like raises her brow and walks away.
Well, excuse you, Fragrant. Not all of us are rich.
I feel like we need to go to the thrift store version of whatever this place is.
Absolutely not. We will not be thrifting. How dare you?
The clothes are like regular price, right? Or reasonably priced, but it's just magic items that are more upscale, of course. Amazing. But you approach, and Fragrant turns, rolls her eyes and then turns to you and hands over the altered dress that you ordered.
Thank you.
And if you want to try it on, we have the fitting rooms over here. You're welcome to use the mirror.
Yeah, I'll try to wear it. I'll probably need to get used to wearing it. Can somebody help me with the zip? I don't know if I can do that on my own.
I'll help you.
Thank you. And they'll scurry off with X to the chamber room.
Do you have an outfit for X by this time?
Yes,
okay.
I would say that I do.
All right. So
I feel like maybe there are several that X goes in with.
I love it. Okay. So the 2 of you go into the same changing room. Very cute. And what's everybody else doing?
I think at this point, Cirro would like flutter past Jaysha and just, cool winter, Jaysha, you're a cool winter, and start like pulling clothes in that color scheme.
Cool winter, right.
Yes. So whites, pales, creams, grays, silver. You look good in silver. And I'm just like pulling all these things for my bestie.
I love it. Stag, you're also in a changing room right now, right?
Yes.
Okay. I think Stag comes out first. So let's see what we got. The runway music starts playing.
Okay, I'm gonna drop 2 images in our backstage chat, and then I'm gonna do my best to paint a word picture. It's like these 2 images mashed together.
Okay.
So the best way I can describe this is celestial military chic. It's like she has an oversized military coat hanging off of her shoulders that she's not using the sleeves, you know what I mean? Like that sort of like, ooh, like the daddy coat. And it's pure white. It's a pure white outfit with gold threading, and the inside of the cape of the military coat also has these like beautiful gold embellishments shot through with obsidian thread, and she's wearing like a 3-piece suit underneath the cloak, right? Very Dolce & Gabbana, like a little bit of like high fashion runway, like that kind of like styling. The 3-piece suit, the bottom layer has like kind of like this ruffle by her throat, like a nice starched collar and a bit of a ruffle, and these beautiful beads of jewelry that she's just materialized the accessories as well. Maybe they're in the bag with her. And she's wearing these, I think, like I can't decide between white and black pants. I kind of want to go with the pure white though. Like these pure white pants going all the way down, and maybe like some detailing on the insides of the cloak, as well as maybe on the insides of the sleeves, and like the insides of like every piece of her clothing and her suit is black and gold as well. So she looks very like, this is like high fashion up here. Like it's very like inappropriate for like a casual setting. Like this would only look at home on a runway or at a very fancy party. And I think like Stag's just kind of like, you know, rolling her shoulders, like checking the cloak, right? Like straightening out her cuffs, adjusting the cufflinks. As well as like I think there's like a tie that she's wearing, adjusting like the little like pin on the tie as well.
I think when you come out, Fragrance the first one to notice and just like nods like she did an amazing job. Like she's like, yes, this is my magnum opus right here. Cirro and Jaysha, how do you react?
I think Jaysha sees the outfit and is like mesmerized by I think the fact that it is both somehow very like clean, orderly, like stiff, but at the same time like ethereal, is the combination of the two is what makes Jaysha unable to look away, I think. And I don't think it helps with Stag's perception of Jaysha's feelings, because Jaysha's just like enraptured by this outfit as kind of Stag walks out, and Ray is just kind of staring, like mouth slightly open, like unable to say anything.
Cirro's just clapping, just like polite golf clap. I can't. I don't have 2 hands at this time, but you know.
Yeah, Stag does a little spin, you know, and is like doing a little bit of a mock bow. Why, thank you. Why, thank you. What do the 2 of you think?
You're beautiful. It's beautiful.
I look at Jaysha.
I'm trying so hard not to scream.
Like, yeah, I do an insight check on Jaysha, even though they told me earlier.
I mean, that's up to Humna.
Yeah, go for it. I mean,
do you just want to choose to fail?
Yeah, like you can just know.
What is
I got a 13.
Well, it doesn't matter really. What does Cirro pick up on with Jaysha?
Jaysha's having a moment. I think they're reevaluating a lot of things in their life right now.
I think what also is interesting is like, I feel like when it's repeatedly suggested to you that you have a crush on someone or that you're interested in someone, you kind of can't help but think,
you're like, wait, do I? You're like, wait, do I?
You start looking at them differently.
Yourself and having feelings, yeah.
So I think this on top of potentially that going on is a bit much.
They're just confused.
Jaysha's gay.
Yeah, Stag turns, like, clocks the, like, happening on Jasha's face. She sort of approaches you. Oh, Jasha, how do I put this? You know what? Why don't we pick out a really nice suit or a dress or whatever you want for yourself as well, and let's keep things profesh.
I'm going to scream. I'm going to disintegrate.
And I think Jisha like already has a bunch of clothes in their arms that like Cirro had like thrown at them, and they're just like nodding like, professional, don't worry. Don't worry, it's your ball, and I would not want to do anything to ruin that for you.
I appreciate that. Oh, this suit comes with a whip. And she sort of like moves the coat aside to reveal like a pure white whip attached to her hip.
Connie, no.
Connie, what?
Connie, no.
Connie's just doing this on purpose!
Connie, pack it up.
You're muted, Drag.
Now, see, that was just violence. That was just targeted violence.
That was queer targeted violence. Incredible. So
when will the infighting stop?
Baru, I think maybe you're gussed up at this point. Why don't you why don't you tell us? Sorry. Oh my god. Why don't you tell us what Baru's outfit is? What they do when they come out?
You're muted still.
You're muted still.
There we go.
Okay.
I was hard muted. Yeah, it's a combination of these, and basically, it's a beautiful form-fitting ombre floor-length gown. It starts black at the top and then begins to shift into a really deep burgundy near like the mid-thigh area. Sleeveless with a high neckline, and has, I believe it's called ruching. It's like purposeful
Ruching.
creases.
Ruching, yeah.
Purposeful creases down the length of it, and just very, you'll have to get close to see it, but you can see that there's like silver threads intertwined within there to give it a slight glimmer when the light hits it just right. And at the left hip is kind of cut out where you can see some skin, some scales of the thigh and waist. And on their right side, it's just side split, so you can see their whole leg depending on how they walk. They have, I think probably like brown or burgundy high heels on as well. And on the length of on the edge of the split on the right side, where it's pretty much all burgundy, in black, you can see a word in celestial, a couple of words in celestial sewn in, and it just says shining star in celestial along that edge. And they kind of walk out. I think they have like most of their hair up, but they obviously let their snakes loose and free enough so they're not uncomfortable, with a normal earring on their right ear and the kind of steampunk gauntlet, which probably doesn't fit great with the color, but you can tell they don't want to remove it. Like that's their kind of comfort item. And they kind of step out kind of awkwardly, I think. I think this is the most... They were more uncomfortable in the bathhouse for sure, but they're also kind of uncomfortable because I don't think they've ever dressed up this much before. So they're kind of trying to be as small as possible as they step out of the fitting rooms.
All right, who's outside right now? Stag, Cirro, and Jaysha. What are your reactions?
Baru, did you pick that out all by yourself?
Actually, no. My mum helped.
Regardless, it's you look great. because in our session 0, I picked out Baru's outfit. So Cirro has this like sense of pride at like how wonderful Baru looks, and probably starts like flittering around and like looking at the dress and getting a closer look before like nodding in just approval. Yeah, Vanna, it wasn't mean. I promise it wasn't going to be me.
I was like, oh, your reaction is to condescend them. Okay, good.
No.
Did you do that yourself, you big girl? You big girl.
I promise I wasn't.
I think X had come out of the changing room with Baru. They are not dressed yet. They're dressed in their normal clothes, but they're not dressed in their clothes.
They're not dressed in
their outfit.
I can honestly see X coming out naked. It's like, well, I thought it just worked in this town. We did it at the bathhouse. Are we not supposed to?
Their shirt's like unbuttoned a little bit, but they come out like right behind Baru. And there is this like big kind of expression on their face, and they're going like, doesn't he look stunning? Baru, it looks so good. You look so good. The colors, and they match the snakes, and it looks great. You look like you're going into a story.
I think Baru is kind of overwhelmed with all these compliments. Just kind of like, thank you. I might need some practice walking in these. I can like try to take a step, but very much catch myself and go, no, I'm gonna just stay here for a bit.
Jason Stag, do you have any response to seeing Baru all gussied up?
I think Jaisha is like still like trying to like sort of some rifle through their all of the different clothes that Cirro had gave them, and very kind of like looks up as Baru comes out and is like, that's amazing. I can't believe that you I can't believe that you were able to pick out something so flattering for you as well. I think just not in like a condescending way, but in like a I think Jaisha is surprised that Baru has such like a good like grasp of like of fashion as well, and very like truly is having like a damn everyone's good at this kind of moment right now.
Stag also turns when Baru comes in, and like her eyebrows raise, and she like sort of cocks her head to the side. Whoa, Baru, you clean up nicely.
Thank you. So do you.
Thanks. Yeah.
And X also turns to see Stag, and the expression literally like shatters off of their face, and turns to like this like kind of like small like shocked expression. I need to go. And they start walking toward the door, and then they pivot, turn around, and like power walk into the changing room. And as they go, like their face is like getting like warmer and more colorful, and they're staring at the ground as hard as they can. And they open the curtain so roughly that like it comes off of 3 of the hooks, the curtain rod, and then they like pull it shut as fast as they can.
I just look right at Stag, just smug smirk, just.
Are they okay?
Wait, did I do something wrong, Cirro?
No, I don't think you did a single thing wrong. I think you did everything right.
Oh, and I still made them upset?
Stag, they're not upset.
Really?
No.
Are they happy?
I would say that's more correct. I think you really impressed them. I think you left a strong impression. Yeah. I think they'll be thinking about this for a while.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's good. That's
let's see why this conversation is going on. Jaisha, you also duck into a changing room. Does that work for you? Amazing. So who makes it out first? Jaysha or Ecstasy?
That depends. Is X like needing a moment?
Or
X like needs a moment.
Okay, yeah. And Cirro, you could also get in on that.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm gonna like pat Stag on the shoulder, give him a thumbs up, and zoom into a dressing room.
That really deserved a butt pat, but I'll let it slide.
Oh my god.
I mean,
Get
yeah,
in there, champ.
Stag on the ass.
I am like at the perfect level. Never mind. I don't want to think about that.
Are you at stag ass height? If when not
I
flying.
think you are.
I think I am.
Man, so Cirro like really knows what Stag's ass looks like.
I
Yeah.
know what Stag's ass looks like more than I know what their facial
Oh my
features
god,
look like.
no wonder you're such an ass kicker or ass kisser with stag. It's because you're at the perfect height
Yeah.
to do so.
Exactly. Exactly. Other 7-foot cuties at the university, keep that.
7-foot cuties. Jaysha, why don't you come out first? Does that work?
Yeah,
All
no,
right.
that works.
Let's see.
I think Jaysha comes out very tentatively, like they're not sure if they picked something that would look good or is like appropriate for the occasion or anything. They're like muttering to themselves like cool winter as Ray comes out, which is what Cirro told them that they are. And I think they come out in what can only be described as a combination dress and pantsuit. So on the top, we can see that it is this long-sleeved like suit jacket that is cut open at the front, so the entirety of their chest is revealed, and you can see like that crystal vitiligo in full form, like in full clarity at this point. And it is I want to say like a teal, kind of like very dark muted like teal color, and it kind of cinches at the waist into this almost corset with these silver buttons, and then it opens out, flares out into a like mesh netting dress, and through the mesh netting you can see that they are wearing a pantsuit, like pants as well, like trousers, and the netting on the dress itself has different kinds of like flowers and succulents sort of like woven into them, so they're kind of just like spilling out onto the floor as they walk. And around them from the front, where this sort of like open section of their suit jacket is, you can see that they have these silver chains that start from around where their collarbone is, and then they kind of like cinch around to the back, and they kind of like frame the back of them as well. And Jaysha just kind of like comes out and stands there kind of awkwardly and like looks at Cirro expectantly, and then looks at Stag expectantly.
Cirro is in a dressing room, so your safety net is gone.
In that case, looks, I guess, at Stag as the only person.
And Baru, yeah.
Yeah.
You're looking to your crush for approval.
Look, no.
That's how it shook out. It's how it shook out. I don't know what to tell you.
Whoa. Hey, you clean up nicely too.
You look
Is this
gorgeous.
right? Is this fancy enough? Is this the right style, or?
Definitely fancy enough, but if you're gonna be flashing your tits at my dad's,
Ideally not at your dad's or at anyone.
it's just
really.
it's very open, but I think it should be fine. It's a pretty high fashion event, so there's gonna be people wearing all kinds of wacky things. But yeah, I mean, not that you look wacky. You look great.
I
You
don't
look
know
really
if
good.
wacky is the goal, and I think Jaysha just starts to like.
I like how out the gate Stag just admits they were staring at Jaysha's tits.
Stag was staring at your pectorals.
I think you look great. I think it perfectly fits what everyone would be wearing. I don't think it's wacky. It's Stag. It's not wacky.
Yeah, no. I agree. It's not wacky at all. That was the wrong word to use. You look really good.
Thank you.
I'm surprised
Thank
you could look like that, actually.
And I think Jaysha is kind of like is doing the math, like woman doing math meme in her head at that, like, should I be offended? Should I be? And they just kind of nod and go, Thank
By
you.
that, I mean, I was surprised you could look, like so pretty, I guess. Baru used the word gorgeous. I agree. Handsome, maybe?
Thank you both.
Cirro, can you come out and save this?
Yeah. Wow. I hear my best friend getting ruthlessly roasted and I exit. Okay, so Cirro comes out and they have on like an outfit of just like pure silver hue, like that very soft light gray. Not quite white. Seems a little tacky, but like that soft kind of white and gray color. It is a high neck piece, and then the shoulders are cut out, but there are long sleeves that extend all the way to like their fingers, like it connects at the middle finger. There are sort of leaves in a silver metal, so there is like the metal glinting and gleaming. There are leaf brocade kind of situation framing the open spots and then going down and around their chest, so it like frames their torso. Those go down and line over the top of the pants that they are wearing, and the pants that they are wearing are like incredibly sheer but still tasteful flare style pants that actually opens at the side, so it's like split at the side. So as Cirro steps a leg out to show off the shoes that they are wearing, you just see like full leg moment, and that leafing continues down to frame the sides of their pants. They are wearing impossibly tall shoes, impossibly tall like silver sandally heels that lace up their leg, and in a metal that is similar. They do not have their gloves, but you will never catch them slipping because they're wearing like these silver tipped finger metal, like finger armor. They're wearing that on their hands. So yeah.
Cirro's presence, the fashionista, the appointed fashionista of the group, interrupts this sad attempt to compliment Jaysha. What is y'all's reactions to Cirro? And Cirro to Jaysha, yeah.
Yeah, before anybody can say anything, Cirro just like puts a hand to their chest, looks at their best friend, and just, I did such a good job. You look so good.
This is correct. This is right. It's not wacky.
Perfect. Who would ever? I don't do wacky work. And I go over and I take, like, of course, if you allow, I take Ray's hands and start like stretching them out so I can just like fully admire the piece and do a turn. And I like, once you're all done, I nod and I'm just like, yes, perfect. You look perfect.
You look like a plant goddess.
Well, thank you. And I turn to the rest of the group and wait pointedly.
Yeah, you do look like a plant goddess. You look amazing, Cirro. Wow. It just, I mean, everything you picked out is just, it compliments you perfectly.
Thank you.
Obviously the fashionista of our generation.
You know, I wasn't going to say it, so I'm glad somebody else did. Thank you.
And the
I
shoes?
think you look great.
Yes, and the best part, sorry, I forgot a little detail. So when Cirro walks out, their wings are laid flat, like they've purposefully flattened their wings. So it almost gives the illusion of a cape with the way that their wings lay flat. But at mention of the shoes, Cirro starts to fly so they don't have to walk in these impossibly tall heels. And that's gaming the system.
How tall is Cirro in these heels?
A solid 4'7", not 5'7", 4'7".
How tall is Cirro normally?
Oh, so there's 7 inches. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's actually not bad.
Is it not bad?
I'm a pole dancer. We dance in 8-inch heels. Like,
oh, okay. Fair.
Damn.
I can hear my ankle snapping.
Seriously.
Ankles would go, oh!
I think the tallest knee lived the player's ever worn is 6 inches. So
Tallest I've worn are wedges, my friends.
Yeah. Maybe 2 inches on a you know.
Mhm.
it's weird 'cause
Really
as soon as I have like that front block, I can't feel the pain anymore. When it's like, you know what I'm talking about?
What a sentence.
Can't feel the pain anymore. Yeah, no,
Oh
Stag's
my
eyes are
God.
fixed on Cirro's like 7-inch heels. Yeah, and those shoes. I mean, damn.
Is that a cape?
No. And then I like the same way that I did for the dryad in the fucking greenhouse, I start showing off my wings again.
Work. You better work, bitch. You want a Maserati? You want a hot body?
Yeah, basically.
Yes, absolutely. Ecstasy.
Man, I love that aside.
Thank you. I love
I think
Britney
there's
Spears. Sorry.
Cirro, you do look amazing. And you too, Jaysha. And X is just out. They have come out of the dressing room silently, as always, classically, in fact. And they have actually pulled their hair back, which is maybe like the first thing that they've noticed. They're kind of overgrown, like uncut hair. Using like kind of the wetness from the bathhouse, they like have raked it back behind them. So it's just kind of like falling down behind them. And there are like a few strands coming down over their face. And they're wearing all of their jewelry still. And they are in this gorgeous, long, pure white pantsuit and robe that Cirro has picked out for them, where the pants are like wide and flowing. They look a little bit like a somewhere between like priest vestments and like a high divinity coming out of the changing room. Pant legs are wide. They're wearing these like white booted heels, and up to the middle of the dress, which is like plunging neckline that comes all the way down, and in the center of their chest, down their sternum, you can actually make out their tattoo just based on how the pantsuit sits. And I described this earlier, but I'll do it one more time because it is just so much fun. 3 words down the center of their chest, written in infernal, that say mercy, mercy, mercy. And the top one has been crossed out with a scar. But otherwise, they're wearing this like white pantsuit with this gold detailing down the front, like down this kind of like plunging neckline where it makes the almost like draconic like embroidery down the front, and a long white like robed cape that's open, that's just dragging on the floor behind them. They pause, they look both directions. And Jaysha, you look lovely too. The flowers suit you well, I think.
Thank you. You look like an angel.
Angels don't exist.
I don't know if that's true, but either way.
They do.
I suppose, sort of. Thank you, Jaysha.
Stag?
You look incredible.
The world needs to know.
Stag is silent. Her mouth is hanging open, like literally actually just hanging open, and she is just staring at X. Like like every part of their outfit, their face, their shoulders, the way the neckline goes all the way down with all of the golden embroideries, the pantsuit itself, the boots, the hair with the little bells on the horn, and Stag is silent.
Ecstasy. There is a moment where you lock eyes with Stag, and I need you to tell me high or low.
Hi?
in this moment, it's only a very small amount of time, but for the first time, agony seizes control of your body while you are conscious. What do they do? They have maybe 10 seconds.
Agony. First of all, X's eyes go white all the way. Like that burst of the little white ring around their pupils just goes all the way white, and it eats up the pupil itself too. Tilt their head. They walk over to Stag slowly, like, and you can hear the tap, 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 tap. And then they lift up a single finger and shut Stag's open mouth. Don't wear it all on your face. You give so much away. That's it.
Huh?
What does X coming back into themselves look like?
Oh. Ow. Their eyes are black again.
Yeah, I look straight at Jayshaw when this happens.
I think Jayshaw can recognize Agony's demeanor. It's hard to forget after.
And if you were able to
it.
see their face, the eye shift is very obvious as well.
Yeah, so I think Jayshaw recognizes what has happened here. And when Agony took control, I think Jayshaw made a motion to like step towards Stag as if to protect her, but wasn't able to like get there in time with, X being as quick as they are. But I think Jayshaw is like a little bit closer to Stag now and kind of like steps in front and looks at Ecstasy and says, "What are you doing?"
What am I doing?
Do you remember what you just did?
What did I? And X takes like several steps back. What did you just see?
I don't think you're okay, X. And I think Jayshaw kind of like turns towards Baru. And then to Cirro, and then to Stag. And then back to X. We need to talk. Because I think you might be in danger.
In danger?
That thing, that person, or whatever it is, there's something inside you, I think. Stag, that's not X, or wasn't X.
Yeah, wait, what's going on? Jayshaw, what do you know? What?
I had a dream.
Your eyes... What?
You do suddenly remember that you are in a small tailor shop and Fragrant is leaning on the counter, brows raised and staring at all of you.
Let's do this. Let's have this conversation at home.
Okay. Wait, what do you mean in danger? Is there something we need to do like right now?
I don't know.
Okay.
And Jayshaw will look like both concerned and fearful towards X because they're not sure whether this is whether they need to protect X or whether they need to protect themselves from X.
I'm not in danger, Jasha.
Then you're a danger to the rest of us.
Do you think
Okay, I don't
power
know.
is danger inherently? And X like takes a few steps towards Jasha. Because the
Barry
last time,
a step between Jasha and X. X, we can talk about this somewhere else, and I'd like make a eye contact with Fragrant.
X looks at you and then looks past you towards Jasha. And then their face falls a little bit. You don't understand. How could you? How could you understand?
So are you going to be paying separately or?
Just put it all on my card. Thanks, Fragrant. And Stag is gonna like usher everyone out, still in the outfits.
Incredible.
I help with that.
If I go over my limit, just bill my dad's. It's fine.
Okay.
And Stag just like she like pushes everyone out of the store.
I
And
think-
like as soon as we spill
yeah.
out,
I think as you're going out, she just hands you like a nice, it's a nice looking bag that has all of your actual clothes in it. They're like
She
all,
grabbed-
all
yeah.
folded and there's like a bit of like potpourri in there or something.
yeah, Stag grabs all of it and like starts shoving it into the respective clothes owners' arms. And as soon as we're all outside, like out of earshot of Fragrant and in the anonymous murk of just the crowd on the street, Stag's gonna kind of like whirl around and like use her bulk and her size to sort of like command a little bit. Look at Jasha and X specifically. Look, I don't know what's going on here, but I think Cirro's right. This is probably a conversation we should have like at home. But if no one's in like immediate danger, and that's a question mark. She looks between Jasha and X. Like, let's calm down, okay? Because this was supposed to be just like a regular outing. We get our outfits, you know, everyone looks great. Everyone looks really amazing and gorgeous and beautiful. And everyone here looks dazzling, like an angel. Everyone, you know, so let's just keep that going, right? Like, we don't have to fight right now.
No, we don't.
Sooner rather than later. Because Jasha, I think, like looks over at X as Ray is talking. It did something to me. That thing, agony, it calls itself.
Where did you go?
I told you I had a dream.
Then how did you find them? They live in this. And X is like holding onto their bow. And they run their finger down along the runes on their bow.
I had just assumed that it was your dreamscape. And that I had somehow.
Who are they, though? Like, they call themselves Agony. They live in your bow, but
X looks like they're trying to find a way to run. Like their eyes are like now darting like this way, this way, that way. Like they're trying to find the perfect escape route.
Roll if I even noticed that.
Hey. Like I suggested, let's hold off on these kinds of intense conversations until we're back on campus. X, why don't you come with me? There's this ice cream place that we, you know, we looked at, but we didn't stop by.
I know a
while
place we
were-
can talk. That's private.
Jisha, I don't know if X wants to talk right now.
Fine. Let's talk.
Slumbering Lake. People don't go there.
Lead the way.
Based on what Nekahua had told you, you know that the spring from the greenhouse feeds into the river, and the river feeds into the lake. So you can essentially follow that as a path inland to get there. Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Someone going to say something?
Oh, yes.
I heard someone unmute, so I was like, I can wait. You do follow the water, and I think probably in sort of considerate silence. And you approach the lake, and you can see that the water is crystal clear. And Jaisha, this immediately is familiar to you. Not in just that you have seen this lake in your visions, but that same sort of familiar being knowed feeling kind of curls just barely around you. And just as Nicola said, it is completely still, the lake surface. There's even a wind going, and it does not cause ripples on the surface. There are no animals that are disrupting the surface. There are plants that are emerging from it, but there is no sort of like movement from the plant that is causing small ripples out from that. It is completely still and essentially acting as a mirror for the sky and foliage above it. There are water lilies floating on the top, lily pads, groups of algae and duckweed throughout. Cattails are also poking out, and you can even see around the edges, like if you look in, actually you can see small fish swimming around, and every now and then you can see a frog breaststroke and a swift movement across a section of the lake. And that's what you take in when you get there. Oh, and there's a small island at the center that has what look to be the largest and therefore oldest trees in this area.
And when we get there, I think Jaisha takes a moment to center themselves and to sit into this comfortable feeling, and to allow that to calm them down a little bit, make them feel a little bit safer. And then they turn to X. So I think Cirro asked a question.
Do you know what a demagoth is?
No.
It is said that the demagoth is the husk of forgotten gods from previous cycles. Dead creatures, demons, devils. Anti-divinity. That is what agony is.
There's a dead god inside your bow?
No. Yes?
Anti-divinity, so destruction.
Divinity is destruction. It's anti-divinity. It is both.
Is agony the god of?
It's not. It's a shade. It's a creature that... It's a creature that I have been working for a long time, that my family has been working for a long time to seek the favor of. If you wandered into my dream and you stuck your hand into a well of power, then I cannot assume to know what it would do to you, Jaysha. I've been training my entire life to be able to carry it.
It's volatile. It's dangerous.
So is every type of power. So is the auric, but you folded into Salome's arms so easily, didn't you?
Salome and the auric are not volatile in the same way. There's order, there's reason.
I don't know. Kleck could try to blow us up with a huge purple worm. And Klekka's auric too.
Klekka doesn't have the power that Agony does.
Baru, were you going to say something?
I think Barry definitely moves as if they're going to say something, and then sees everyone talking over and then quietens again. But once they see a moment, they'll turn to X and just say, do you mind? And they'll gesture to the bow. I won't break it. I'll be gentle. I won't damage it. I'd just like to take a look at it.
X looks very reticent, but they look at you. Please be careful with it. And they hand you the bow.
I take the bow very, very carefully. I think Baru obviously does the manual labor of the rough manual labor of blacksmithing and forging, but it also do things like glass blowing. So you know how to be very delicate and gentle with things that are fragile. And though they've seen this bow release and sustain a lot of force, they handle this thing like it's a thin sheet of glass. And I would like to look at these runes and see if I can understand what their purpose are. I use a lot of runes in my own crafting of magical items to imbue it with spells, or at least the equivalent of spells and magical properties. So I would like to see if I can figure out what this is.
What are you okay with that, C?
Please, I invite it.
What does Baron or what does Drac need to roll?
Oh.
Arcana?
Arcana? Or religion, maybe?
And then what's the DC?
I'll just roll a flat d20, maybe, if that's okay.
Yeah.
14.
Okay. I would like to petition to use my my understanding of wood carving to know what kind of runes I need to put into wood to sustain the weight of essentially a god, or at least a shadow of a god.
See, you'll have to decide if that's relevant. I'm thinking it might not be relevant because the runes are depending on the rune's purpose.
It might not be relevant, but I kind of want you to succeed on this anyway. So if that means you can add something, then I think you should. I don't know.
Either way, I'm not hurting when it comes to Arcana or religion. So
The DC's not too high, so let's see what happens.
Yeah.
And then
that is a 19.
you beat it.
And it would be a 20.
And you're trying to
22
discern.
if I had expertise. I mean,
You're trying to
proficiency.
discern the purpose of these runes.
Yes.
See?
I think it becomes very clear as X is looking at you and you're looking at the runes that your eyes almost slide down to the tattoo. They match. Mercy, 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 or at least parts of that. And I think it becomes clear as you're examining it that the bow is almost like it's like a connecting point between a creature, this what X called a demagoth, and ecstasy. And that this bow acts as kind of like a point of connection between them, where this creature can give X power through the bow, and X returns something. X gives back to it. And maybe like even through thinking about this is like the connecting point, that it becomes clear that X has been giving back misery. They've been giving back agony, the feelings of pain and emotion that they elicit through using their bow. The moment of pain gets siphoned up through the runes and given back to the creature, like this equal exchange of power both ways. And there's almost, it's like this moment of like these two circles, and where they meet, the Venn diagram is the bow. Okay. So the bow is like a conduit more than, okay.
As this moment of understanding passes over your face, Baru, Ecstasy, involuntarily, you cast Mind Sliver at Baru. Baru, very suddenly, this piercing, disorienting spike of psychic energy pierces through your mind.
If I may.
And you take 6 points of damage.
If I may, because Jaysha and Baru had combined their magic together not too long ago, I think Baru knows what Jaysha's magic feels like, and it feels like this.
Damn, okay. I think so what this would have looked like is, as they take their bow, Baru kind of sits on the ground cross-legged, and you can see that they're kind of suddenly in the zone and tracing their finger across the runes. And I think if anyone who's not good with, but like has an eye for the arcane, they'll see that as they trace along the runes, there's almost like a shadow, an after image, an arcane after image that kind of lifts up off of the bow. As it's almost like when you write on a piece of paper and there's paper underneath it and you shade it so you can see what was written previously. Kind of similar to that, but with the shape of this bow. They try to understand how it works and where it's going, where its connection's going. And all of a sudden, it snaps back into the bow, and Baru stumbles backwards as they wipe their nose as they hit with this mind sliver.
And the runes on runes on the bow faintly glow as well right afterwards as it's sucking it up.
Baru, and X quickly takes the bow out of her hands.
I look to Jaysha.
Are you okay? What happened?
Yes? No? That hurt. It felt... I think it hurt me, it attacked me, but it didn't... It felt like you. And I'll turn to Jaysha. Like you cast the spell. I've seen you cast the spell, and it
what
had
spell?
a similar mind sliver.
And Jaysha turns to X at that. That's the spell I tried to cast at Agony.
And I think with that, we're gonna end the episode. Incredible job today. What a roller coaster. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. We're going to go around the horn really quick and everybody can say where to find them and what they get up to. C, you want to kick us off?
You know I do. Hi, everyone. My name is C. I use they, them pronouns. You can find me making very trans, very gay, or on the internet at PieSharpArt. If you liked what I did here tonight, you'll like what I do other places. But I'll tell you what I did tonight, which was wild. I'm playing Ecstasy, who is a death nun who, has made themselves a vessel for a creature of pain in order to get power. We've all been there, right? Like, it happens to the best of us. I mean, yeah, happens to the best of us. So here we are. Delicious lore, delicious dresses for everyone. You can find me tonight in an hour and a half on Transplanter RPG. I'll let Connie take the big spiel, but this is what we like to call the one. Have you ever seen 9 people cry on a Zoom call together while playing D&D? Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. If you come on to Transplanter RPG at 8 p.m. Eastern time tonight, you will. So you will see that. So I will pass it over to the person who cried for the first time on that stream themselves, Hamna.
Yes, hi, hello everybody. My name is Hamna. I use any and all pronouns, and I am a TTRPG performer. Today I was Jaysha, who uses they, Ray pronouns, who is titties out and also apparently connected to a lake. That'll be fun. I am a TTRPG performer, as I said, and you can follow me on Twitter at @shahid_, where I talk about all of the different projects I'm a part of. I'm on a variety of different APs, so Twitter is the best place to know where I am at any given point in time. Like C said, yes, I will be on Translator tonight, and it is, in fact, the first session ever that made me cry in a tabletop game, and it broke a dam, and then I cried for 3 episodes straight after that in Transplanters. So like, if you want to see me try to act while crying, you should come watch that. Also on Tuesday, on Valentine's Day, we have our season finale for Itaewon by Night over on Going Crit RPG at 8 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be great. We're all going to be themed up in Valentine's outfits, solving the murder of a university student. So come check that out. That'll be super fun. And with that, I'm going to pass it over to Drac.
Hi, I'm Drac. I'm hurriedly trying to find this thing that... Okay, there it is. Hi, I'm Drac. You can find me on Twitter at Draconics. That's DRAKONIQUES. I'm a TTRPG writer, performer. I should play production manager, I guess. I don't know. There needs to be a title for it, but I do that thing as well. Anything and everything actual play and TTRPG related, I am currently doing or plan on doing in the near future. So follow me on Twitter to find out when and where I am doing all that stuff. The only thing I will shout out is that on Monday over on Cold Press at, I believe, 6 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be in a game called Skelly Hearts, where we're a bunch of skeletons trying to find our hearts. And it's going to be very fun. I'm very excited for my character. The cast is amazing. You're not going to want to miss it. And also on Thursday over on Roll For It, at, I believe, 3 p.m. 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 a.m. Eastern. I'm going to be in a premiere the Pathfinder 2nd Edition campaign called Veltorn. It's kind of urban fantasy. It's going to be like New York City slams into the classic fantasy world, and it's going to be a ton of fun. I'm very excited for my character. We released character art recently, and I feel like it's kind of obvious what anime character my character is based on. But if you can guess, let me know. I'll give you, I don't know, imaginary brownie points if you can. But yeah, that's it from me. It was a ton of fun playing Beauregard. She just got immediately attacked the moment they used their skill to look at a magical item. I mean, curiosity killed the cat. I think it makes sense. I'm gonna throw it over to Liv.
Hi, everyone. Okay, checking one last time. Y'all can hear me? I'm on the captions. Okay, cool. We might be able to end without anything. I just jinxed it. Anyway, I have been Liv. You can find me on Twitter at LivInADay. I played Cirro here today. A little rusty, but so glad to be back in the saddle. So glad to be back with everybody here. I'm kind of in my hibernation era. I don't really know. I don't have too many things happening at this time, but lots of stuff coming up. So please follow me on Twitter and look for updates on that. This month, though, on the 23rd, over on The Lost Caravan, we will be debuting Delta Green. Delta Green is how to explain it? It's kind of like, it's got big X-Files energy. It's got big, like, mysterious organization pretending that horrific creatures don't exist in our world. And we have to hunt them down. So I play Agent Micro, who is a DEA agent out in Chicago in the late 90s, who's really into computers. So does all this tech stuff and hacking stuff, and I have to pretend like I can do that, which clearly I can't. Ask anybody here. I'm not a technical person, but I will not be there. I'll be in the next game, but they will be debuting, and I will be telling that story for a couple of episodes over there. So that's like my newest project. Go check it out. Support the team. And that's all I have. So Connie, I'm gonna lovingly put this in your hand.
I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna crush it between my meaty palms. Hey everyone, I've been Connie, pronouns they, he, and she. You can find me across the internet at by Connie Chong, BYCONNIECHANG. When I'm not playing Mystigogue Stagswell Graves, who definitely doesn't have a crush on X. What are you talking about? Shut up. I don't have a crush on X. I am the game master and creative producer behind Transplanar RPG Sparkle Gay, which is an all transgender, people of color led dark fantasy show set in an original non-colonial anti-Orientalist world based on various Asian mythologies. Follows a bunch of queer people making very bad and also very good decisions trying to save the world. So if you're into the L word, but a lot more diverse, meets the literal end of the fucking world, you'll love The Second Stranger. Speaking of which, we air tonight. We air Saturdays at 8 p.m. US Eastern Time on our Twitch at Transplanar RPG. And tonight is our third to last stream, like, ever, of our main campaign of The Second Stranger. We are on Arc 8, Episode 6 tonight. We only have 8 episodes in Arc 8. So after this, we only have 2 more episodes left for our entire show, which has been over 2.5 years long in the making. Like C and Hamna have brought up, this is the episode where the dam breaks, where something super related happens, emotionally eviscerates every single one of us. It's fully edited, it's pre-recorded, it's fully edited with background music, sound effects, sound design, cool overlays, art, all that good shit. So tune in tonight. We'd love to see you in chat. There's only 3 more episodes left, so show in, show up, show out, all that stuff. And you can follow us on Twitter at Transplanar RPG as well. And you can follow me at by Connie Chong on Twitter and TikTok. That's where I am. And I'm gonna pass things back to Vanna.
Amazing. Thank you. I am Vanna. I've been your GM and producer and all the other stuff in between. And you can catch me streaming full-time here at twitch.tv/Vanna. That's VANA. And on all the relevant socials at Havanarama, HAVANARAMA. And yeah, thank you so much for joining us tonight, y'all. I'm gonna bring you over to a friendo, so if you could drop some good vibes in the chat and a follow while you're over there, I'd appreciate it. And we will be back next week with the grand finale of season 1 for higher education. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and we hope we see you for the end next week. Goodbye.